For today's map, we're returning to the work of Sorrontis, who has 7 maps up now in the colonies. Of course, we did the wave before, right after we finished the campaign. And all of them are named the something. This one is the depths. You did this to yourself, now swim for your life. There are others that have been recommended from his maps. We will get to some of those later on. But for now, we're going to do this one, which is about an hour is the average winning time, although there have been some that have been quite a bit less than that. And this did not really have a big impression on me at first. I didn't think it was going to be too difficult. Thought maybe Sorrontis was taking it easy on us. Now, we have spore launchers down here. Yeah, lots of spores, but you have a long time to prepare for them. Skimmers, not that many. Again, a long time to prepare. The emitters, we've got 3 of them, and they're pretty much average. And then we have a bunch of urns. They're all buried, but good amount of land over here. There's no resource terrain. And obviously, we're buried under a certain amount of creeper here, but it's not horribly deep. You can see the depths no more than maybe about 12, 13. There is quite a bit of mineral resources. Green are a normal amount. We got a lot of blueite and a ton of redon. So whenever you have that, you should sort of question why it's there. But we've got some storage to begin with. It looks pretty straightforward. Appearances, however, can be deceiving. And initially I was just going to stretch all the way out here on these fingers of land, grab all the terrain we could, get all the resources, then begin attacking. But I decided not to after I saw what happens here when we start up. Spike! Yay, a lovely Sorrontis surprise. So, and that's not the only one on this map. As we build out our towers over here, if we notice, it's a lot easier to see if you go to transparent view. There's breeder over here. 1,000 strength breeder. Now, by comparison, the average strength is 3 to 6. So, obviously, that's hundreds of times worse. And in the wave, you had one huge wave with energy walls blocking it, time to build orbitals, etc. And we need to get a few more things up here. But in this one, as I'm going to turn on my terps, my factory, and my urn portal, you have repetitive waves that are going to come at us, not of that same size, but they're not going to stop until you can take control of that breeder area. So that's one problem. Then we obviously don't have nearly as much time as this is coming up on land within 45 seconds of the mission starting. So I'm going to utilize all that wonderful redon to get some, I've got some shields over here, try to block everything off. And then I've also got some mortars now beginning to build to provide the offensive punch. And it comes approaching us. We should be working on these refineries, I think, at this point. And it's not actually that deep. If you look at this part over here that's up on the land, it's like maybe 8, 10 deep. And here comes our urns. So we've got one of them in already. Let's throw that up in energy right away. We're going to do fire range. And at a minute rate, as soon as that one comes up. There we go. Energy is very important to get us boosted up, and see our shields kind of pushing the creeper around, barely getting them up in time over here. But it's not that the initial wave is that horribly bad. Particularly if you have shields. Without shields, it'd be a little harder. But it's just the fact that it's going to constantly keep on coming and combine with other obstacles we're going to have to deal with. So, I'm going to turn on our cannons now. I'm going to turn on these pylons. Let's see what that does to our energy. It's tanking it pretty well. Now, we won't need missiles or snipers for quite a while. So that's a nice benefit. I'm just waiting for our energy to sort of catch up as we get this upgrade going. It's about halfway up. And then also, absorb this first wave. It's pushing into the shield some, but our mortars are dealing with it pretty nicely. And I think now that that has largely subsided, we can throw up a few towers here in areas that I didn't really want to push it and have them up immediately because they probably would have just been hit by the incoming wave. I don't know if that one will hold, but we'll try it. Maybe a little bit more over here. And yeah, let's go with turning on these. We're going to want orbitals, so let's get our rocket pads going. Liftic will be used for the totems first, but then eventually for those. There comes the totems. And energy is getting pretty high now, so I'm going to move over my terps this way. And I want some air power, so we're going to get the runways in place. You notice that I'm not doing anything with my bluite. And the reason I'm not doing anything with it is simply because I'm going to put up a bunch more shields here. We'll need a ton of them in this map. But sprayers would simply get their AC caught behind our shields a lot. And that's my normal way of using Anti-Creeper, but I'm actually not going to do it in this case for that reason. I do want to throw up some mortars around this area. Sort of start clearing that out. This is working pretty well. But I want to get Anti-Creeper bombers to make use of that bluite that we're going to have. And a bunch more of those shields then coming online. Let's go ahead, build our missile launchers now. And mortars starting to fire over here. Clearing that out. So the immediate resistance is down, but of course here comes another wave. We're sitting about 250k creeper. And I think we're ready for our first runway, although I'm actually going to hold off on that. I could do this a little bit more aggressively, but I'm going to hang on and get the snipers going first after our energy boosts up a little bit more. That way we're just fully prepared for later on and we don't have to deal with that. And it looks like we're about at the right point of turning those on now. Not that many snipers, just a handful. While this is going, let's move these terps over here because I want to clear out some of these. And then I want to get some terraforming done. Because this Greenar area, some of its operational area will hang over this cliff. And let's make sure we're utilizing everything. A little bit more there. A bit farther out than it needs to be, but at least we'll get everything that we want. Alright, let's get a runway up. That should work. Just a few AC bombers for now. We'll do more later. And get all of you, and we're going to hit this trench. The Breeder Trench. And my idea is that later on, I'm eventually going to want to have this covered with AC so that it can't breed anymore. Now, I'll have to wear down the overall creeper levels a lot for that to happen. But I want to work on it. Then, down here, that's pretty good, connected to the pylons. I want to come into these two little coves that we have, if you will, and throw down some weapons, get some shields down in here. Then we'll do the same thing over here. And we did get this urn already, so let's go ahead and plop that in our mine production. If I can knock out these two emitters, I'll be feeling much better about things. You're not really connected there. I'd like to get another one. Yeah, that's a little bit. Whatever, we'll deal with it. Once again, let's pull down a couple of those and one of these. And a few of these shields. And then we'll be able to put a nullifier up here pretty soon. Try it now. It may not actually last there, but it will once we get everything in place. Yep. Gotta get those shields down in there first. And now, that should all work. Throw a nullifier here. Of course, the next wave arriving. But we're going to beat it back. And I think we're ready for some more AC bombers. See how our energy reacts to those. It's totally fine. Let's throw up the rest. And we'll retarget these. And yes, you're going to continue doing your thing. I think we're about where we want to be in terms of using energy. I do want to move these up here. Let's just hang on and get some towers in place. I want to make this sort of a level, not having this area way back from the rest of the front. Let's throw you down in here. Along with this mortar. And sort of close in that gap. Maybe stretch out a bit over here. And now we're beginning to hear about... See, what's that going to be? That's going to be the skimmers. We'll be ready for them. I do want to... Looks like all that's going well. I want to get some more snipers up. I want to make sure I don't run out of those. Just a few of them about. A couple down here. And then, let's move all of you out of the way. So you're not covering up our green on our area. I'm eventually going to want one over here, one down in this area, and one out here. And let's get another runway. I'm going to put half AC bombers on this, and that should be enough to use up all the blue light we're going to get. So I want to see... I want to build some regular bombers too, but I want to see how the energy reacts to this first. I don't want to cut off too much at once. Yeah, that's throwing out quite a lot at the moment. 50 energy and rising. Nullifier's holding. And let's move you. That's not the best place ever, but I'm going to put it there. Just to have a full front now with the shields. Snipers coming up. And we are fueling our orbital rockets that we're not going to be using for quite a while, but at least we have them in place. I want to throw up a couple more cannons and some mortars over here. We'll attack down this way eventually. But not yet. I think it's time now for some regular bombers. And once you are up, you're going to help us over here deal with a bunch of this nonsense. This is where I want to attack first. So let's see. Let's bring up now. Begin to take the offensive. Bring up a couple more shields. And I think we could use a tower around here. And look at the egg count, by the way. 177. And it's not just a few isolated ones. Look at these huge groups of them. Clutches of eggs or whatever. So, and these are not wimpy eggs either. There we go. We can see. These eggs carry a serious payload. So, that, I would say, is the major other surprise in this map, along with, of course, the breeder waves. Combine those two and the whole swim for your life idea, that's not too much of an exaggeration. Let's get these shields right out here and push this back. And I think, at least for the moment, we do not really want to add on any more to our bombers, but I do want to throw a few more mortars over here. They're now starting to join the party. You hear the sound going in and out. I think that's a bit of a game malfunction issue. Apologize about that, but I don't think there's anything I can do about it, really. Just when it tries to play a certain amount of sounds at a time, it has some issues on occasion. So basically the idea here is shield leapfrog. So that as any waves come up, we are dealing with them and pushing forward. Let's get some more of these mortars up here. Help out. We are using all of our blue light. We're using just a little bit more liftic than we're taking in, which is also positive. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll grab some more blue light to help out those AC bombers. And at this point, like, they produce so many eggs that trying to destroy the eggs is really Sort of a fool's errand. There we go. We didn't quite have enough shield coverage on this side. Let's move you out there to solve that problem. And let's get connected here. And where is my... There we go. Bring you up here to grab that. Bomber's doing a pretty good job keeping it clear. I'm maybe going to pull one of these shields off. I think we've gone as far as we need to in that direction. Take all of you over here. We're going to throw up some more. I always want to have shields in reserve. Which, I mean, every once in a while you'll get somebody that says, you know, I don't like using AC bombers or shields, and I don't like using them overall that much either. Let's go ahead and target here. But there are always situations. Everything has a certain type of situation for which it is useful. There's another urn. I think we'll go with move speed. Enhance the effectiveness of our bombers. Both types. But now we've pretty much done everything we care to over here. So we're going to switch our bombers around. Let's have them help out down this way. I think especially there. Whole bunch of eggs there by that totem. Let's make them go away. And look at this here. We're starting to get some AC collection. We're down to less than 200k. There's still a bunch of eggs in there that will have to go before we can actually take over that area. But I like where we're at. Let's go ahead and throw you up here. Throw another sniper up here just in case we have any extra fun. We can always reinforce this area if we need to. But I like where we're at. You can come over this way as well. Alright. And I actually want to do a sort of generalized push across here. We'll see why a bit later. Let's go ahead and drop you down here. Maybe get another connection in here. Throw you down. I need to pull the shields forward wherever I can. Then gradually get some more mortars in. And just need to get some space to move forward in. Come down off this plateau into what is literally the depths. You can see the depths down here, like it's about 5:17 up here, so it's quite the drop off. Let's see, I think I want you forward. Gah. That's not what I wanted you to do. Let's readjust that. Get all of you back where you're supposed to be. There we go. Shield forward now. You can see we are clearing out a nice swath. Fill in here a bit. It's very easy, at least for me on this map, to forget to move up the shields, but it's a really bad idea. The shield wall will make those waves go away. Spread out some of these snipers. Make sure we have good protection from them. I definitely want So let's set another one over here. Maybe one over here. And I want to fill in with some more mortars now. I want to be able to push this back a little more effectively in this area. That should do. We are looking good energy-wise, though. How are our bombers doing over here? Just fine. Maybe we should work on another runway. Perhaps our energy has expanded to the point. Well, that may be a good idea. Let's get you out of here. We'll do another half runway of bombers. Join the fun. 140k, so it feels like we are pushing them back. And then let's get some more pylons in here. Slide up along here with these shields. This is, of course, quite the narrow passage, but there isn't much over here right now, so this is perhaps a good opportunity for us to get out this way. Get a couple towers going. See if we can connect another pylon here. I'm going to need a better spot for it. Okay. There we go. That'll work. And I'm going to want a little bit more forward shield before I throw out that next pylon. Energy taking a bit of a dive. Let's just wait for this to push out of the way. Let's get you up here. Grab that urn. And then I definitely want to really get some shields up here and get some nice coverage on this edge. I want to lock that down tight. And for now, I'm just going to throw that urn in one of these mortars. We're having a bit of fun up there. Let's bring in some more shields. And I think bring forward these cannons as well. I think also let's just make sure we're okay with a bit more missile coverage back here. Okay. Now we're looking pretty good. There's not a lot up there. Let's go ahead and progress forward. Something like that. Pylon. Okay. More eggs incoming. We'll rectify that. We're going to throw a couple shields up there. And bring in a whole bunch of these. Towers back up. That should work. So I'm going to want more up here eventually, but for now, I think that's going to be sufficient. Now, our bombers... What I think I want you to do now is join, helping to clear this out. And yes, we got our activate totems objective, but we need more than that. That by itself is not going to do the job. Okay, let's advance down here more now. Bit by bit. Methodical push. We're almost to this next urn in this area. And my goal is to get this breeder pacified again and then cut across here and get up on top of there, nullify those structures. Okay. That doesn't look too great. We had a wave that was strong enough to push through here and knock out a sniper. So let's see, I think it wouldn't hurt for me to throw up another, I mean, I've got plenty of them. I'll throw up another shield over here with that totem. And then let's move forward. A couple of these mortars. Let's see how that does against all of that fun. Hey, look, 499 eggs. The limit on this map is 500. Not sure how long we've been at the limit. Or near it. But we're going to be there for a while. Let's leapfrog up here with all of our mortars. And you come forward now and grab that urn. Might as well just, you know, grab little bits of these cliff areas. No pylons are going to work there, but towers will do just fine. Pull up some of these mortars that are no longer needed. Yeah, and here comes another wave, so for now, we'll move it later, but you can earn that. Definitely get some of this firepower up this way. Make this wave sort of just disappear. Okay, so this is holding out okay. See, under 100k now, Creeper. So we're definitely making progress there. And you know what? Let's just keep going forward a little bit more. We don't need a lot more. We actually don't need any more if we really didn't want to, but... pretty much even with all this. Slide you out more this way, cutting off that gap. See if we can find homes for all of these mortars a little bit closer. I'm going to throw up one more missile launcher back in here, just for a bit more security. Throw up one over here. Okay. So most of the eggs over here are gone. We've got this lovely pile. We have 18 orbitals. It's time now to make our way across here. Let's go ahead and throw a pylon down here somewhere. I think that's a good place. And I want to bring forward our factory. Or Rift Lab, rather. So it's not hanging behind so far. Let's bring up a bunch of these. You're not needed back there. We left a lonely mortar back here. Let's help that out as well. Alright. Get a better view of the situation. Now we've got a bunch of... We've got to plow through all these eggs here, because they're just going to gradually burst and get in the way. Not so much to permanently destroy them, they'll just get replaced, but I still want to get rid of them for the time being. So, let's plant a sniper up there. And, you know, move forward another sniper here. Sniper here, and just gradually clear out this area. We're doing pretty well here controlling that breeder. So that's a big success. And oh yeah, all kinds of creeper here. Now if we need them, we've got the, you know, the damper for the orbitals. It's mainly what I'm hanging on to it for. Yeah, and we might need it over here. May not, but let's play it safe. Just slow that down. And pound it. Okay. Let's work on making our way up along this direction with plenty of shields. Yeah, all of you, you're heading over here. That's fine. You can go over there. Get those eggs out of here. We definitely need some more towers on these uneven areas. And another wall has erupted. So much for our victory over the breeder area. Of course, the wave looks a lot more painful close up. But we're still melting it fairly reasonably. And I'm going to move a sniper up here closer now. See what else we can dispose of. And of course I could just, you know, employ more snipers. Well, the amount of eggs and the amount of creeper coming off of each of them, I'm just not particularly interested in being super aggressive here. I'm perfectly fine just taking my time, not in a race. Let's do this safely. There's not a lot of eggs now between us and our objective. So, I would like... I don't have a lot of shields left over here. I'll pull a couple of them down. And I have some in areas that I don't need them. But at the same time, I'm going to build another batch. You can see we're still doing, like... We are down some on our ARG compared to where we were. But we have enough to sustain more than we're currently sustaining. Alright, now this group over here could be a little bit troublesome. I think I want to pull another sniper right down to this area. And just, I don't want to clear all the way like back here, but just clear out some of this area. And since we can do it, we'll pull you up and grab that urn. I don't particularly need it, but hey, the more the merrier. And I definitely want to get you down here. Let's throw a pylon over here. A couple of them. And yeah, let's go ahead and damper this. Alright, we've got that urn. Again, we got our aircraft on accident here. Let's reset that. Let's move you up in here. I don't want all of you over here yet, but I'll move you closer. If you don't have a healthy fear of eggs by the time you're done with this map, there's something wrong with you, or you're just a savant of Creeper World. Okay, so my next plan is to climb the mountain, as it were. We're going to come right up here. I'm going to put a tower there, because you can't fit a pylon there. And then I don't want a lot of firepower up here. But as these work their way out, I will put up a couple of mortars. But mostly, I just want shield work up here. There we go. There's a pylon connection. Let's just gradually add more shields. Because weaponry will simply kill eggs. I don't want to kill eggs. I want to kill Oh, for Pete's sake. This would probably be a better angle to operate from. But I just want to elevate the eggs. Move them around is fine. And I want to nullify the egg producers. And I wouldn't mind nullifying that skimmer either. So, I think we're probably ready now. That'd be a really nice place for a nullifier. And then let's gradually move out. Just push back the creeper. And I probably want, I think, a couple more mortars up here now. Particularly to deal with this side over here. Okay. Now, to the extent I can... Ooh, that's a little bit iffy. Okay, damper. I said damper. Yeah, but a lot of these eggs here are going poof on this side and causing me a bit of a complication. Let's nullify you. And that will leave only one. I'm probably just going to want to keep a damper up over there, and that'll be fine. Egg elevation continues. Okay. We'll do it again. We will do it as many times as we must. Tower up. Nullifier. Okay, now that'll be the last nullifier. So once that's in place, I should be able to push everything off. And we're doing quite well over here at controlling all of this. We've probably got enough AC. So let's go ahead and reset our bombers. In a minute, because I want to get this nullifier up first. Oh, hold on. Just make sure you're not going to cause me any problems. Like that, for example. Good example of a problem. Let's move these mortars away from the edge for the moment. Okay, so back to the bombers. Now with all egg sources nullified, go over here. Just, you know, destroy a bunch of eggs over there, would you please? Now at this point, there's a fairly easy way to win quickly, which is just to nullify this. But what fun would that be? We've got all these eggs here. Let's get rid of them. Now, I do want to pull up some more shields. Because before I go too crazy here, I want to push every last stinking egg off of this pedestal. I don't want to deal with any of them. Then let's get my earned mortars up here. because we're about to need a whole bunch of protection. Okay, let's stretch out some towers. And a lot of these mortars aren't needed back here, but I can use them out this way. Okay, let's damper you. Let's not go a little crazy here. And the bombing over here, we're not really doing all that much. We're keeping this clear. They don't have very much in the way of creeper left. They've just got a bunch of egg nastiness. Let's just go ahead and stretch out more towers since we can. Oh, what did we lose there while I'm dinking around? Tower over here on this corner. Okay. No big deal. Now, at this point, I'm going to put one sniper up here. And just see what happens. Now, in reality, we're killing enough eggs with the mortars around on every side. Keep throwing up more mortars. And keep the dampers coming. For sure. And we're now down to 350 on the eggs. So, that's just basically a decent start. Pull you over here and see what you hit from that side. Some of that, of course, creepers flying over here and knocking out those, but we got plenty of more area. Looks like we lost a damper a little bit too much. Let's throw down some more. And 275, about halfway there on the eggs. Looks like we're going to be able to focus more on this side. But I don't know that my sniper is going to be of any use for me at the moment. I think I just want to keep this dampered. And then, of course, there's another thing that we could do, which I'll try out a bit here, which is just the conversion flipping. And then, yay! I will convert you again. And boom, another spike. And I probably don't want to mess with that anymore, so we'll just damper again. Can't do a lot of that due to the cost of conversions, but it is kind of fun. And we got rid of a bunch of eggs at once. We're down to less than 200. The constant spikes continue. Looks like we need another damper on this corner. Almost lost a mortar there. But eventually the creeper's going to run out. At some point. At some time. Perhaps. Maybe. And the bombers continue to fight these eggs over here as well. Like, they're continuing to set them off, and they just don't run out. Okay, let's see. What about there? You can hit a few more eggs there. Down to about 100. Let's see, let's move one of these shields out a little bit closer. Then I'm going to try putting my sniper out there on that. Oh, maybe I won't need to. Let's give it a shot. I may not be able to protect you there, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, let's go and give that a damper. $60 to go. There's not a lot left, but boy, are they tenacious. And normally, I just throw the snipers at the eggs and have them kill them as fast as I can, just deal with the backlash. But the backlash in this case is a little bit too severe for that plan. Okay, 38 left. I think there's only creeper over here. Our sniper is swimming. We did lose it. But oh, there is one more egg there. It's about to go. Another one down here that we'll be hearing from soon, I'm sure. They're just about, yep, there it is. So 25. A lot of which are still hanging out here by that stupid emitter. We just cannot kill them fast enough with our bombers. Okay, let's slide some mortars out this way. Throw up another sniper just for the fun of it instead of relocating, and then... Alright, let's... begin to make our way over here. Throw down some shields just because we can, and because they've been the heroes of this mission. Why not let them continue their work? Mortars come down here. Sniper here. You finish off whatever's left. What, 13 now? Less than 10. Five now. Let them have it. Well, there's one still over here. Okay, we're going to need to stretch you out there in a bit. 2 left. Let's go ahead and pull a couple more shields out this way. 1 left. I don't know where it is. Is it hiding? So eventually it'll run out of creeper and then it won't have anywhere left to hide. But it's just kind of annoying to me that there's one hiding somewhere that I can't find. It might be down underneath this pile somewhere. And I finally spotted it just floating up here above the skimmer. Boom. There it goes. Final one. So that was the depths. What did you think about this map? Kind of an interesting overhead view with all of the shields and everything. Did you find all the eggs and the breeder waves to be just too annoying, or do you like this kind of sort of more intense challenge? We'll be back next week with more Creeper World 4. Thanks for watching.